Alright, I'm going to try to tell you the good and the bad about this Ergo 3 bag. Tried it for the first time today. I liked it and I didn't like it. I had the old Ergo 2 and I like the fact that this holds more discs and it's actually a lot more comfortable. The disc capacity is pretty decent. You see here, it goes all the way down. I've got quite a few discs in here. You know, I can count them here in a second. But this is how I traveled with it today, and it worked out pretty decent. And the discs in the bottom are you know, I know what they are, so it's not too bad to be able to get to them. And I know where they're at. But I think the thing, one of the complaints is that these little sleeves things here, they this bottom one's kind of really flimsy. It's not too bad, but it works. But when those discs are in there, it's like, I'll put them back in here in a second. And these bottom discs are, and maybe it's just the way this bottom one is, but it's like it's kind of they kind of sag, and I don't know. It's okay, but it wasn't really awesome, but it worked fine. So the other way you could put discs in here, the putter pocket worked out pretty good too. I didn't have any problems really with it, but you know, with those discs that were sitting that way, the putter pocket wasn't too bad to pull out a disc, and I always just kind of inserted it in the middle of the next one because it was kind of hard to get one in the front when I was out on the trail. But the alternative way to load this that I thought was kind of cool is you take out these bottom two strips here, you just put those up, and then you put your discs in vertically on the bottom here. I've been tempted to try it this way in my next round out. One interesting thing is when you do it this way, I don't like using the putter pocket here in the front because the discs kind of, it's like there's like a weird stopgap kind of thing here. So if I do that, what I'll probably do is put some of these discs on the top here, down in this section, and then put my putters on top. But even so, you know, you can get your putters. Putter's a little fatter; it's a little harder to get in there. But you know, even with that, you can get all of your just will get all your discs in here, and there's plenty of room. I could probably put another 2 discs in if I wanted to. But how many do I have in here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I probably could get another 1, maybe 2 on the top. And I got 5 on the top here right now. But got 23 in here with these 3 putters. Would probably put another couple in here. I could probably put the putters on the top here and put another utility disc or 2 in the top. But you know, 23 is pretty easy, and I could probably get 25 in there without any problem. Anyway, I'm gonna take these back out. Like, getting them out one at a time, it's not that big a deal, but pulling them out at bulk is not awesome. Not a big deal. It's not like you do that on a course anyway. Alright, so I'll go over a couple of the things I liked about it. I mean, this bottom area down here is just cavernous. It's really cool. I really like the cloth that they use on it. On the Ergo 2, the cloth actually scratched up my discs. I had a couple discs that would sit on the bottom, kind of like this, and it actually, after just a couple of rounds, it was scratching the top of my disc. And this cloth is a lot smoother, so that's a nice thing. The pockets, I think even one of the other reviewers were saying, like, even if you have discs sitting this way, you could still even get a disc to go in the side here, along the side of the pocket, kind of like that. So even if you did stack them all vertical, I call it vertical, but it's like all these kind of sitting there like this, but you can still get a disc on the side here and on the side of the other side too. But even so, even if you didn't do that, you could still put in discs here and still get, like, if you only had, you know, 18 discs in, like what the old Ergo 2 used to hold, you could still get a shirt or something. I mean, here's a hat. It's like, kind of gives you an idea of the size. Just a regular ball cap, and there's a lot of room down in this bottom portion. All right, so that's the opening area. There's the top here. There's like some Velcro that kind of holds it in place, and it just kind of folds underneath this top section. So it wasn't a big deal, and it didn't bother me. I just put the disc on top of that. I didn't have any problems with it. I just sat like that and it worked out fine. Like I said, I can get another, I can get another 2 discs in that top portion if I really wanted to. But then I got 7 discs in the top, and that would be a little extreme for me. But that worked out fine. I think the biggest thing that I didn't like was there's no good place for a pencil holder. Like if you have putters here in this top pocket, you don't want to put a pencil in here because it's just going to float around. This front pocket holds a couple of minis at most. You know, it goes down to like right here. And so these 2 minis here, you put a pencil on the side. I like the big pencils here, and it's just, you know, there's no pencil pocket. There's plenty of places here they could have put a pencil pocket all along this section here, all along this section here. You put it up here. I mean, that would have been awesome. There's no pencil pocket on this bag. I just kind of just shocked. But yeah. Anyway, the side pockets, the water bottle. This pocket here is big enough for you know, it's just big enough, just pretty much that the only thing that could fit in that is the my disc retriever. On the other side is basically the same thing. On this side I have a spray bottle and my birdie bag, and then there's obviously another water bottle here. The side pockets, yeah, technically they're bigger, but not really. I mean, they're taller, but I mean, you could get a shirt in there, but if you put a shirt in here, then you're never going to get anything in these side pockets very easily. The one plus is that little figure 8 bar that they talk about. It prevents stuff from the side pocket from pushing in. So that's a plus from the Ergo 2. It's like the Ergo 2, if you put a bunch of stuff in the side pockets, it would like push into the disc, and that was kind of terrible because then you get a sweatshirt in the side and it would pinch the disc. This one, I haven't put a sweatshirt in the side because I don't. It's summertime, I don't need to. But you know, here's a big ass towel. Here we go. So this towel, you know, it fits in there. You know, that's about the same size as the t-shirt. You know, you get a sweatshirt rolled up, you could get it in there and it would fit fine, but then you can't really use it for anything else. I mean, it takes up the whole pocket. I would have loved to see this pocket come out, you know, an inch. You know, it's kind of just there. There's this, here's the, kind of give you an idea of the depth of it. It's like that's the depth of the bag, of the side pouch, and you know, it bubbles out a little bit. It's not a lot. You know, I've got a bag of nuts on here. That's about how thick. It's about how thick that pocket is on the side here. And I usually put a bag of nuts down the bottom, and I put a towel here, and it's got, you know, some nice little pockets for a wallet or whatnot. That I hardly ever use those. It's like you put something small in there maybe, but you know, I really liked the old bag with the pocket on top. The other side is exactly the same. This is where I put a couple flashlights and some pens on the top because, you know, all of the pencil pockets that were on the Ergo 2 are now gone. So yeah, I didn't use markers that often, so that wasn't a big deal. But I have my file, a nail file for cleaning up discs, and my little razor blade and whatnot. That was kind of nice to always just be able to grab. And now I got to open up the pocket, which isn't the end of the world, but yeah, it would have been cooler to be in the pencil pocket. I got a little first aid kit and a bandana on the bottom, but yeah, with the stuff in these outside pockets, this inside pocket, just you can't really fill it. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's getting dark out, but it's all right. Now, if you come to the back, this handle worked out fine. It was comfortable and easy to pick up, and it feels pretty sturdy. And here's where the rainfly was. So the rainfly, when it was shipped, was in this pocket, which is pretty big. It goes to almost to the front. I moved it down to the bottom of that. I rolled it up tight, put some rubber bands, and put it in this right side pocket. So here's this back pocket. So now here's a bunch of stuff in here, which is cool, but it feels like it just could fall out. So if you're gonna put stuff in here, you gotta kind of be careful. It's not too bad. Obviously, you can see I got quite a bit of stuff in here: athletic tape, glasses, gum, ibuprofen. I mean, those are regular pill bottle size. So it's like, you know, I got quite a few stuff. A little thing of deodorant, some dollar bills, headphones. I mean, I got a lot of stuff in here, and that's fine, and it works well for it. It just would have been kind of cooler if it would have been maybe the zipper would have been up on the top so that this bottom little section would have been higher, and it would have felt more like a pocket instead of a access hole. But it works, and I haven't had anything. You can see here, just it's not super easy to close with one hand. Actually, I may even have to put the phone down and put that in later. But yeah, it was fine and didn't really cause me problems. And this is not stuff I get all the time. Usually at the very beginning of the round, I might pull out some gum or something and get my glasses on or off. And so it's not the end of the world. Just would have been cooler if that zipper would have been like right there, maybe even curved. It would have been freaking cool. But I get if it's had to be straight, it'd been cooler. I think if it was a little higher. But it's still decent, and the zipper feels decent. One of the cool things is this nice tall, this high clip for towels. This is where I put my towel on that little clip there. I loved having on the Ergo 2. One of the things that I usually took that had that top pocket, and it had like a zipper here, and I always just hooked my towel to that top zipper because I love having this big towel. And what's kind of cool is this towel, it doesn't touch with that hook on that little clip. It doesn't touch the ground, which is kind of nice. Speaking of the height of the bag, I was kind of worried that would be it would be too tall and like cumbersome, like it would feel like it's falling over a lot. But I didn't have any problems on the round today, and I played in the woods with hills, and so it was it was decent. It didn't feel like it was going to fall over ever. On the bottom, you can see it has these nice feet in the plastic, so I could put it on the mud and never really felt like it was going to get dirty or anything, or like it was going to penetrate into the bag. So that was kind of cool. Overall, I like it more than the Ergo 2, mostly because it holds more discs. I like having the ability to take, if I'm going on a tournament or something, I want to carry 2 or 3 backups. I can get them in here now. And the Ergo 2, I had to cram like hell just to get the discs in there. I think this bag is actually more comfortable than the Ergo 2. So yeah, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, so the seat, this baby right here, not as comfortable as a chair. So if you're looking for something that you can sit on that's going to replace a chair, that you're going to be able to like hang out on while you're waiting on the tournament director to get going in the beginning of the tournament or something, it's not that comfortable. There's padding here, but I don't know if you can even see this. So the bar starts right here, and then it goes up to about here. And this little ridge that you're seeing right here, that's actually the edge of the padding. That's kind of like it's caving in, so like that bar is exposed right here. And so it's, I don't know if I can, maybe if I put my hand in there, I can kind of reshift that padding over, but it's just gonna wear out. And that padding, it feels like decent padding, but it's kind of thin, and overall it sinks down, and when you sit on it, it kind of sinks in like this a little, and that padding kind of squishes in off the rails, and so your butt is basically sitting on these bars. But I mean, I sat on it 4 or 5 times during the round today just because we were waiting on somebody, and sitting on it for 2 or 3 minutes wasn't the end of the world. It was fine. It wasn't like painful. It wasn't comfortable, but it wasn't painful, and it was just nice to be able to get off your feet for a few minutes. But you're not going to sit on this thing for 20 minutes and feel like, oh my gosh, this feels so awesome. So, imagine this clip here. You're going to end up wanting to use that for a stool if you're going to go in a tournament. You're going to sit around for a long time. But other than that, it worked. It felt sturdy. It felt like it was going to hold all my weight and didn't have any risk of any problems with it. But it's definitely not a long-term seating solution. So it was kind of cool. On a casual round, if you need to get off your feet, it worked fine for that. But all right, I think that's all I've got. Like I said, my biggest bummer is really the pencil pouch and that back pocket, and the side pockets could have been bigger. So thanks for watching.